Right, welcome back to Star Trek Artemis. We are just going to jump straight into the action, time crunches, and all that fun stuff. So we're going to jump right into a meeting with Captain Nolan and Commander Kier. Well, Commander, I have good news for you and some bad news for you. The good news, Commander, is that I finally convinced some of the admirals to start taking a look at you for potential captaincy. The bad news is, however, they have one final test they want you to do. You are correct, Commander. I have new orders straight from the Federation itself. It would seem that the Federation has plans to colonize one of the nearby planetary systems. I believe it's Gemulon V. The initial plan was to colonize this planet some 20 years or so. Um, but needless to say, the original colony plan got delayed. But seems like the Federation wants to redouble its efforts to colonize this planet. Well, given as though they wanted to colonize this planet 20 years ago, the original planetary survey is laughably out of date. We're going to need a new one. And of course, if the planet still meets all of the check boxes with for colonization, they want you to start setting up some of the infrastructure for the first teams for when they arrive. Very good, Commander. Just like the last few missions have been, you are going to take full lead on this one. Consider this your first orders as captain, and I have no doubt that you will crush this out of the park. I'll be around if you have any questions, Commander, but as far as I'm concerned, you have the con. Very good. Thank you, Commander. Ooh, that's not the bridge. That's the bridge. Understood, Commander. Setting course now. Course laid in, Commander. So yes. Any scenes anyone would like to do really quick before we drop out of warp at Gemulon V?
I did want to do a scene with our new counselor, but if we're pressed on time. What do you think?
We could. I'm sure we have time.
Okay.
If not, we'll make it.
Because I have no idea how long it will take. Depends on the counselor, I suppose.
We'll just throw all these people in sickbay, and you guys can figure it out from there.
Counselor, would you like to be using my office?
I suppose it seems we're a little limited on office space on board this ship.
That's fine. I have things around medbay I can attend to.
Thank you.
Privacy dampener is the third button on the right side of the console.
Perfect. I'm ready whenever you are, Mr. Ricks.
Well, thank you, counselor, for seeing me on such short notice. Well, as of late, my views on the world and past events have been tumbling around somewhat.
And I've just joined the ship. What past events have occurred that are troubling you in particular, or is it just more of a general feeling?
No, it's especially related to something that happened in my past. I'm sure you haven't had time to look at my file, so I'll give you the short version. Before I joined the Artemis, I was part of a intelligence operative team, an infiltration team to be more precise, that went behind the borders of other species on behalf of Starfleet intelligence, making covert operations. I won't go into detail about those because those are unfortunately classified. However, there was an incident on my last mission where our shuttle was shot down. Most of my fellow team members were killed, and I was left on a planet in a crashed shuttle. I was trapped, and, well, to be quite honest, I was on the verge of dying. But there was another person there, not part of our team. Was a Marine. Don't ask me what they were doing there or how they got there, because we were not in any proximity to Breen space whatsoever. My first thought was to fight, but I couldn't, since I was trapped under debris. And the Breen came closer. I thought they were going to finish me off, but they didn't. And to this day, I never understood why. Well, to make a long story short, they nursed me back to health. They helped get rid of the debris, nursed my wounds, fed me, kept me alive. And during all of that, they sang. Well, or hummed as they went along. A melody. I don't know what it was, but it was soothing. It helped me manage my pain. Not too long ago, when we were on R&R on Deep Space Nine, I heard that melody again. It was a music ensemble playing it. And the memories of that event triggered in me again. I lost myself. I even almost attacked a fellow colleague for trying to wake me up of my frozen state, I think. That melody has been going around in my mind as of late a lot. Especially on one of our last missions where we went down to that jungle planet. And when I was alone, I was searching for the tracks of one of the aliens that remained there. I followed some tracks by myself, and I caught myself starting to hum that melody again. And, well, because the planet was somehow sentient, it seemed to respond to that. It had creatures following me, but as I hummed that melody louder so it could hear, it seemed to retreat, or at least become more passive towards me. And then, when I finished tracking down the wounded alien that had left the marks, they were surrounded by more beasts. I'm sure they were intent on killing them as well. And what I should have done, what my training told me to do, was to pick up my rifle and fire. But I didn't. I I sang. I sang that melody to them too. And again, it seemed to respond. And I managed to save the alien. But I'm not so caught up on saving the alien as I am why I acted like I did. You have to understand, Counselor, training as an intelligence operative, it instills certain instincts, reflexes in you. Before that shuttle accident, I'm sure I would have shot those beasts straight on the spot. No hesitation, no regrets. Yet I acted as I did, in a passive manner. I don't know why, and I suppose I came here to seek answers of why I did. I'm sorry, it's a long story, but I feel the context is relevant in this instance.
I appreciate your candor, and of course it can be helpful to share such events. I would ask you, do you feel that you acted wrongly in that situation?
Not wrongly, no. Just different.
Indeed, and what you first described to me with the mission in the shuttle was almost certainly a traumatic event, and situations such as these, whether large or small, will at some point occur to everyone, and these situations do have a habit of altering how we perceive things, or really challenge what we believe to be true or what we value. Do you find this meloding to be comforting or a point of anxiety, as if it's always there as a compulsion?
No, it soothes me somehow. It was the only comfort I had in what was a sea of pain back then. It took me months, almost a full year, to recover from that once I got rescued by another Starfleet intelligence team that found me on that planet. But it wasn't until recently that that melody started. When I heard that melody again, and I had some form of reaction to it. I hadn't thought about that since I had that recollection.
Well, these feelings can arise at any time. It could be very shortly after an event, or it could be many, many years afterward. Have you sought any counseling services before now?
Well, I was extensively interviewed and counseled as part of my recovery process. But at that time, I didn't have this reaction to the melody, and perhaps it's also part of that I'm now in service again, back to work, so to speak. Not in intelligence, but regular fleet work here on the Artemis.
Well, I think your reactions, all things considered, are normal, and I think that the way that your perceptions have changed is also an understandable reaction to such events.
I suppose
you-
what I'm worried about is how I reacted was not how I used to react, and now I don't know how I will react to similar incidents, or if this will have a negative impact on my work as a chief of security.
Are you concerned that you will be less effective at your job because of this change in perception that you have described?
That is my fear.
I would say it's a normal anxiety to have, but at this time, from a counseling and medical staff perspective, I don't think there's any reason to remove you from your job or take you off duty. If this is something that is you'd like to continue speaking with me about, though, I would be more than happy to pencil you in for some regular meetings. We can meet anywhere you're comfortable.
Thank you, Counselor. I'd like that.
Just provide me with your duty schedule, and I will make sure that a time convenient for you is arranged.
Yes, Counselor. Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
No, that's it.
Well, I look forward to seeing you at the at our next meeting, and he'll put out his hand to shake.
Thank you, Counselor. He shakes shakes your hand. That's the scene, I think.
Any other quick scenes anyone would like to run before we head to staff briefing? Alrighty. A bit of time later, the commander calls in a senior staff meeting.
If I may, do we have access to the original survey? It might be out of date, but it would still be a good place to start.
Where is Gemulon V in proximity to other powers in the region?
Question to the GM: do we have the previous survey available to us?
Yeah. Let me get you some info if you want it.
Oh yeah, I will absolutely pull that up.
Oh yeah. This one will probably be. This would be placed with the. God, words are not coming today. With the mission dossier, it would have like all the old information, the planetary survey. It is dated 20 or so years ago. Um, it's a typical M-class planet, Earth-like in many respects. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ask.
Any specific diseases or virulences documented by the previous survey team?
None.
What type of climate did it have?
It's Earth-like. So it has the typical seasons. The oxygen, nitrogen atmosphere. Pretty temperate.
Commander, I suggest we form teams and assign them to shuttles to send to various locations around the planet. That way we can perform the survey and find a suitable location for the starting colonist infrastructure.
Also, a topographical scan from orbit might serve us pretty well.
Agreed. We'll want to be sure that the location that we site them at is, well, free of any geological dangers, of course, and stand the test of time. And to be honest, I would love some more data to ensure that we can set them up with the proper facilities for when they land.
Every potential site would also need to be secured by one of my security teams before settling down. We don't know what kind of fauna there might be, or even flora, as we've discovered before, might inhabit this planet.
Also, I'd like to get a probe sent down for air samples. It may appear fine on our scanners, but I've read reports in medical school of planetary surveys that have encountered things like spores in the air. Didn't show up on surveys, but no, I'm sorry, it wasn't spores. It was some kind of pollen that a local plant put off, caused hallucinogenic effects when you got too much of it into your system.
Although that sounds interesting and potentially fun, Commander, I do agree. We should honestly do as many scans as we reasonably can to ensure the safety of the colonists before we even consider putting buildings down and siting people there.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood.
Nothing for me. Seems like a fairly straightforward survey. Well, I'm still getting the pulse of the crew, so to speak, having just joined the ship. I think everyone's holding together, but it has been, based on the reports I've read, a rather extensive past few months on board. Shore leave is always beneficial, and I certainly recommend taking the opportunity if we can arrange it.
Commander, after your conversation with some of the department heads after we spoke on the subject, I have noticed stress levels have been coming down in my visits with the crew. Fewer overextensions and strained muscles.
Well, Doctor, I have to say, I've been giving my crew a bit more rest. So glad to see that it's cut down on some injuries.
We'll have to make sure to pack extra camping gear.
I'm not sure it's going to be anything like Ryza, but I will never pass up an opportunity for shore leave.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. And if I may, this may be a bit presumptuous and probably preemptive, but congratulations. scuttlebutt around the crew is that this is your a last little checkup before a fourth pip appears on your shoulder, possibly. Well, if it is, as I said, congratulations. Noted.
All right. Anything else in this scene, or shall we go to setting up the upgrades? I wrote the 3 in Discord. Was there anything I missed?
I mean,
The doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor has a 4 with biology, xenobiology, so they should be all right.
Kane has a 4 in science. No focus, but I mean, he could manage it.
I mean, I can run a biological level of the survey, going down to the planet, getting samples, checking the air, soil, water, things like that. But if you wanted geo survey, he'd probably be a little lost.
The best way to do things. But for in terms of advantage creation or anything you guys needed to set up, were the 3 I wrote it, or were there others I missed?
Basically, what I heard was rescan the planet from orbit, send down a probe to get air samples. Basically, try and do as much prelim work as we could before we touch down.
Yep. And then I remember Commander saying upgrade the runabouts for planetary flying. Yeah. Get sample kits ready, and then have the security do a hazard.
A hazard analysis would probably come
Yeah.
after the preliminary scans.
Yeah, that's probably post-analysis.
Okay, cool. All right, so 2 of them we could probably just do some quick rolls. We'll just do the rolls. We'll cut the role play just to get more in. So for the engineering to get the runabouts ready, this is probably just going to be a control engineering. We'll just make it a diff 1. And then to get the samples ready, this will probably be a control medicine or control science diff 1.
Okay. So I'll do the engineering roll.
I'll do the medicine roll.
Don't even know what focus would apply here. So yeah, just take a threat.
Can I use my research focus?
All
Because I'm preparing things that would be needed for a research project. Sample containers, things like that.
yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Kane, it doesn't take you much time at all to get the runabouts reconfigured. And then, for the doctor, it's really just a case of getting out of storage what you need, or what you have, replicating what you don't, and you're able to get those in one of the cargo bay transporters ready to go. Or actually, I should say loaded on the runabouts, now that I think about it.
Will we be using a landed roundabout as like a temporary shelter or or some sort of temporary shelter, or are we getting tents down there, fabricated structure?
I'm assuming we're going to fabricate structures for the
Well,
teams
there's
to live in.
fabricated structures, and then there's like dropping a mobile home down there for people to work out of. I know Starfleet can do either.
Can do whatever makes most sense.
It's up to you guys if you want to use the runabouts for shelter or whatever, but the GM wrote tents.
I mean, tents work too.
And yeah, that's probably a good point. If you're configuring the runabouts for cargo, you probably won't have sleeping quarters. So I think Kier posted the runabout
Hmm.
modules there. So I guess really it's up to you. You could go with a long duration mission, which we could say that you guys will then just sleep on the runabouts, or if you transfer it for like cargo or something, then you guys would basically have everything you need on the planet.
Okay. One quick question then. How many runabouts are we going to take?
Better question is, how many do we have?
I'm sorry, that overlapped. Say again? 2 runabouts at a time? Well, let's use 2. We'll configure one for cargo and one for uh, long duration. That way we have the stuff we need and we have a place to sleep. I assume we're going down with more than just quote unquote 5 people.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh wow,
yeah.
the quarter spaces are only for up to 4 people. Did not read the fine print.
Yeah, I mean, it's a danger. Because I'm assuming the runabouts will have like filtration systems or even their own life support systems that we can run on if there is a danger in the atmosphere. So yeah, I mean, it would be nice to use them for protection, even against like animals and things like that. So
It sounds like one runabout is served to basically make an outpost that is the base of operations, while we construct more adequate living quarters in that case. And then we use the other runabout to transport the materials down as a cargo transport.
yeah, there's no reason why we can't take,
Ooh.
multiple runs to transport stuff down.
Yeah, hold on. I'm browsing through Memory Alpha, and there's listings for mobile homes and modular shelters.
But yeah, we do have transporter. Yeah, that's fair.
We always forget the easy solution. Always trying to make it hard.
Well, in that case, one runabout serves as the outpost, and the other runabout does the planetary survey. Or
Yeah.
helps with the planetary survey.
So right here it says a modular shelter was a type of temporary prefabricated field accommodation suitable for M-class worlds. So something like the picture I just put in serves as just like a little remote base camp for a long-term thing where people could eat, sleep, and do science. And then you simply tack on whatever else you need to it.
Yeah, the point right now is to first find the place where we are going to build this. Or
Well, I understand. I understand. I'm thinking on step 2. Once we've done our planetary scan and the air samples, and we start sending down an actual survey team to start looking around and taking biological samples and stuff like that.
Okay, so let's make a decision of what we're doing, please.
Yeah, we might just be getting too bogged down in particulars here.
Okay.
But yeah, like the module shelter thing is probably a good idea. Like, but that shouldn't take. That's probably what, just an opportunity cost or a roll or something.
Yeah, that's something that can come down on a cargo runabout.
Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and jump to the next scene. Just let me know what you modulate the runabouts for, just so I get an idea of what would and would not be readily at your disposal should the situation arise.
Well, at
Yeah,
this
we'll go
stage,
ahead and-
both should probably be sensor modules then, so we can cover the planet quickly.
Well, why not just scan with the ship?
Well, we'll scan the ship too. And the runabouts do a more close surface survey. It'll basically act as a assist to the ship's own survey.
Works for me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. So you guys agreed on sensor modules then for both?
For part 1, yes.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I had the engineering role, so I won't have the opportunity cost for the first one. But if you guys wanted to switch them mid-mission, then it will cost opportunity cost. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and jump to the bridge. We will enter new... No, we'll keep it same scene. I have it written. It's still first scene. And we'll drop out of warp, overlooking the planet. Aye, Commander. Moving the standard orbit.
I'll take science. Is it locks? Yeah, I guess it is locked.
Valen would like to be on the bridge for this if he can.
It's weird that his name is just coming up as support.
Dr. Valen would also like to be on the bridge if he can.
Alrighty. So that's... Oops. That's the view screen of the planet while you guys are in orbit. To get the initial scan, this is going to be a Reason Science difficulty 1, assisted by the ship's sensor science.
Alrighty. So I can roll for locks. Reason science. Sensor operations for focus. It looks like he is cautious science. So I'd like to spend a momentum for a third die. All right, cool. Definitely going to be re-rolling that.
Didn't want to give me that complication, huh?
Nope, not at the very beginning.
Looks like 4 successes, so you'll gain 3. Let me send this over to you.
Commander, according to my sensors, Gemulon V has a stable biosphere, diverse ecosystems. I'm also detecting faint traces of heavy metal deposits in the southern hemisphere of the planet, suggests potential for mining. The electromagnetic interference further the planet seems tied to naturally occurring metallic rock formations. It looks like these could interfere with colony operations unless mitigated, sir. GM, do you think that would be a straight question about how these problems have been handled before? Or is that going to be like a crafty sort of solution thing?
Probably have to roll to find a cause.
Okay.
So then you could find a solution.
Okay. Yeah, let's roll for the cause.
This will probably be Insider Reason Science Diff 2.
Okay. Physics for focus?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, cautious. So momentum for 3 dice.
And then same sensor science.
Don't want to re-roll that one. Nah, we already got it. I don't want to risk a complication.
Complications are fun. Gain 1.
Good call here.
There we go.
Cool. Commander, the interference that I'm detecting looks like it's being caused by high altitude ionized particles in the atmosphere. Best guess, this could disrupt transporters and subspace communications coming off the planet. As far as a direct cause, were to venture a guess, yeah, it looks like it's from these heavy metallic rock formations interacting with planet's magnetic field. GM, I mean, I guess I could just go into like brainstorming time, unless you envision that like being done at a different time.
Oh no, by all means, RP the shit out of it.
Sounds good. All right, so Lox, yeah, I mean, I guess he's been trained, so he's gonna try to remember in his training if anything. Well, actually, no, he's gonna do a quick database search to see if any other planets, the Federation has visited has exhibited these rock formations, or if this is truly a unique situation.
I could probably give you some stuff for a momentum.
We'll gladly trade it.
Is there any scans anybody else wants to do while I'm typing them the information so I could get those rolls going?
Yeah, I'd like to do a biosphere scan, try and get a little more information on it.
Right. Yeah, I could give you a roll. Anything specific you are looking for?
Am I looking at carbon-based life or something else?
Okay. Go ahead and give me a reason or insight medicine difficulty 1, and you could be assisted by the ship's sensors medicine.
And I'm assuming my xenobiology.
Yeah. All right, and you, holy crap, 7 successes?
Yes.
Okay, God. You are definitely looking at carbon-based life forms. Pretty much everything that you're scanning here is what you would typically find on an M-class planet. There's trees that go through photosynthesis, synthesis, sunlight to oxygen. There is a lot of life that you normally find here. You're able to scan that you are indeed reading like herds of herbivores, some predators that would hunt those, lots of bugs and pollinators, plenty of fauna.
Okay, but I'm not detecting like any kind of megafauna or
No.
planet-wide biosphere that's sentient or anything like that.
No, nothing like last mission.
All right, so that gives us like 6 floating momentum.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, maybe 4. I think you were at 4 and you got 6, so you might be at 4 float.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct me if my math is wrong, though.
Well, it
I'm
said
trying to
5
multitask here.
momentum. I got. It was diff 1, so that's 6 then. So that would be 5 float.
And then did we account for the spend for Kane?
I don't know.
Yeah, that one I'm not seeing. So we'll say that you were at 4 momentum and then you gained 6. So yeah, 4 float. Just looking back, I didn't see a subtract for that. Still, you have a lot to work with. His was 2. Oh, okay. Then it'll be 5.
GM, just for future reference, do you want us to go ahead and subtract the momentum when we spend it, or?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll do.
Noted.
Especially when I'm trying to multitask with information.
Yep, happy to help.
Oh, I know what I'd like to do. I'd like to burn some of that float and create a trait for a good landing site.
I will take it, and actually, I'll give you some information on that.
Like, there's a nice spot with some good fertile ground, plenty of trees, but also still a good amount of open area for building on a nice giant piece of bedrock. Hey, I like that.
Solving problems. Love it.
All right, Doc, I sent you some information on your momentum spends, so we can just go ahead and not have you roll for that.
Commander, it looks like we found a good location down in the southern hemisphere. Resource-rich area right next to a river, so it'll have access to fresh water. Orbital survey says it's got nice fertile plains area for crops, and it's got mountainous ridges nearby, so good defenses against things like bad weather. I'd call it a prime candidate. Yes, ma'am. I'll send it down to the shuttle bay.
Locks will pipe up after he's done doing some of his work. Commander, regards to the interference, it looks like most of the issue would just be cutting through it. It looks like there's several ways that we could potentially do this. Boosting the signal using a satellite, or trying to filter out the particles in the atmosphere to at least temporarily cut down on the amount of ionizing radiation in the atmosphere.
I'll take that for a momentum.
Commander, no, it doesn't look like it should pose any risk to life. Looks like it's just a magnetically overcharged ionosphere. Anything on the planet's surface should be okay. However, it does look like it could present some issues with electrical equipment. In particular, anything passing through the atmosphere. I'd recommend considering hardening the shuttles against interference. Yes, ma'am. And then, yeah, locks will do so. Commander Kane here. Yes, ma'am. We'll get right on it. All right, GM. We're going to be upgrading some shuttles, shielding them, and then launching some satellites.
Already. The shuttle upgrades probably won't be too difficult. We'll just make this a difficulty 1. This will just be control, and you can use either security if you're doing security or engineering.
Cool. Yeah, in that case,
diff 1.
engineering. Okay. Yep, take a threat, as is tradition. No focus.
Gain 1. Unless you fish.
No. I'm playing very cautious today. It's not customary.
Yeah, it takes a bit of time, but you're able to do that. And then for the satellites, this will probably just be a trait creation. So this will be a control engineering diff 2.
Yeah, I'd be bullshitting too much to try to get one of these focuses to apply. Yeah. Take another threat. No. Sorry, I was considering testing a theory, but haven't really done satellite stuff quite yet. So, yeah, I'll just meet it.
Alrighty. Yep, you're able to get those done. Within a reasonable time. So feel free to roleplay the result.
All right. Right. I'm going to try to hit one of the macros here. Did any of them chirp?
I did not hear it.
Damn it. Thank you, benefactor. Engineering to bridge. Commander, shuttles are hardened against interference. Honestly, if it's strong enough to override the shields, the shielding that we just put on the shuttles, I don't know what to do. They're nice and hardened up, and then satellites are programmed and ready to go. We can launch satellite on your mark. Yes, ma'am. And engineering would like to boot the satellite out.
All right. We're going to call this a control security difficulty of 2 to get the satellites positioned correctly.
Ooh. Rix, what is your... Yeah, easily beats mine. Kane is gonna message up to Rix. Hey, Lieutenant, you want to take this one?
It is the least I could do, Commander.
All yours, my friends.
Launching satellite. Can you give me the roll again, please, GM?
Control security diff 2.
Okay, I'll give you a threat for momentum. Or a threat for dice, rather. Shipboard tactical systems as a focus?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Some nice rolling today.
Damn.
Our GM's chopping at the bit.
So that's... What was the difficulty? 2? So 2 overflow. Let's do trait stable orbit for the satellite.
Yep, I like it. Yep, so your analysis, Rix, as far as you are concerned, this satellite should stay in orbit indefinitely.
Commander, satellite is in orbit and functioning according to all parameters.
Give me 1 second. I got to send info to somebody after that. There we go. Sorry, I gotta rephrase one of the.
Okay. This
There
is
we go.
coming
Now
through the
it's-
satellite?
Yeah. Once you got the satellite up and running, you look at your sensors, and that's what your sensors see.
Commander, I'm picking up something through the satellite. There's some kind of electromagnetic interference coming from the northern hemisphere. Appears to be ruins? Aye. Launching probe.
All right. This will be a control and either security or con to launch the probe. Difficulty 2. Probably assisted by weapons and whatever department you use.
I'll do the security. Would shipboard tactical systems work for me here as well?
Yeah.
Focus? I'll just take a momentum then. Ship. What was the system for the ship?
We could go weapons security.
Weapons. Roll.
Results stand.
Yeah. Can't do anything else but. Oh, well, I can't, but I don't want to go there yet. Could you just describe to me what I'm feeling? Or what I'm feeling? What I'm seeing?
So the runes are located in one of the forested areas of the northern hemisphere.
Hmm.
And the runes they maybe stretch for maybe a half kilometer, but they do look to be old. Like the forest is starting to reclaim the ruins. So like the runes are in very disrepair. It looks to have like moss and vines and ivy growing on them.
Commander, I'm getting a visual. It seems to be some kind of rune from an ancient civilization. Completely overgrown at this point. I'm afraid I'm not able to determine the source of the interference, though.
Should add that the runes do look like they're made of stone.
Let that in.
That's probably an important detail.
Some kind of stonework. So perhaps primitive. Unclear, Commander. I'm not able to get a clear reading. propose we go down there and have a look.
Any other information anyone wants to glean? Yeah. Yeah, you got the relay in place.
Just when we thought we were going to get a breakdown here, Commander. What can I do for you? Yes, ma'am. I'll be right down.
As I walk into the turbo lift, I'm gonna just toss over my shoulder. I don't suppose anyone in the science department has an expertise in archaeology. Let the doors close in front of me.
Councillor Duncan here. I wouldn't mind stretching my legs. Roger, on my way.
All right, we will go ahead and enter new scene here. As we enter the transporter room. That's everybody you said, right? Alrighty. Gardner will speak up. Commander, I have the coordinates set. Whenever you're ready. All right, now I got to do the crazy, funky transporter room math. What's the base difficulty? 2, right? -1 for being in. Oh, it's 1 now? Okay.
Oh, did they change that? I thought site to site was 1 and yeah, from a transporter was 0.
Okay, so this would be a diff 1. I am going to make it a complication 2 hub. So I just need somebody to roll for Gardner, a control engineering diff 1 comp 2, assisted by the ship's sensors engineering.
I can do Gardner. Control engineering. Transporter. I'll take a momentum. Focus.
And what did you say it was going to be on the Artemis?
Oh no, he has bold. I'll give you a threat instead.
Sensors engineering.
Hee.
And then because you have the super fancy sensors, you roll one more dice for the
Oh.
ship.
That's right. Sensors roll. My bad.
Got 5 successes.
This is the most coziest transport you've ever experienced.
I know. All right, now I got to find the new. Okay, that's who I was looking for.
We lost someone.
I get dice in a transporter accident in the first session. Materializes
transported
as a
somewhere
pile
else.
of goo.
You transported 5 kilometers away.
Who would I go to if I had PTSD from seeing that, though?
You're cooked.
Yeah. Permanent PTSD.
Yeah.
Kane's just gonna look around. Oh, pretty cozy transport. I might not be driving Gardner hard enough. Mental note for when we get back.
All right. After you materialize, you find yourselves within the ruins identified from Lieutenant Ricks. They are exactly what you see here. They're definitely wooden carved. They're definitely man made. There are symbols and writing on the walls and the pillars. You could kind of make them out here. And yeah, it very much looks like it's starting to be reclaimed by nature. There's starting to be little trees forming in the cracks. The green moss you could see on the sides of the walls. Ivory and grass starting to overhang from what used to be the ceiling. So you look around, you do see some collapsed parts as well.
Well, the doctor is going to whip out his tricorder and start sweeping over the area and kind of mutter to himself, I don't remember reading about this in the previous survey, as he starts kind of a circular pattern around the ruins.
What happened to my background?
That mustn't have gotten far enough to get this, to encounter this. It's only through the satellite that we encountered it.
I'm sorry, Doctor. What were you scanning for?
Oh, just in general. Looking for wildlife, indigenous life, anything that might be moving around us that's alive?
Your tricorder is just ridding the forest around you. I mean, obviously there'd be life forms and stuff, but they're like small animals, small mammals like rodents, squirrels, things like that. Maybe a type of deer. Typical deciduous trees that you'd find in a forest. Yes.
Hi, Commander.
Nothing I recognize. And let me take a look, and he'll pull out his tricorder as well. See if he can
Right.
identify them.
Yeah, sure. Give me a reason or insight science. We'll call this a difficulty of 3. And because you guys are giving me all this lovely threat, I'll make it a complication of 2.
Okay. It's science, cultural studies for a focus.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And since we have a bunch of momentum, I'll spend 3 and roll 4 dice.
All right, that is a success. I gotta find where the hell the notes are for this. All right. As you start scanning the ruins, your tricorder does start picking up. It does start to decipher the images in the language. I'll give you some of what the translations are giving you.
Commander, I think I have been able to translate a small part of this. inscription. It says, "We are the Calethans, stewards of the light and harmony of this world. From the stars we came, to the stars we aspire. The storms grow stronger, the light fades, the seas have turned against us. If we cannot find a way to adapt, we will join the stars as whispers of what once was." Can I do a background check for any information of the Calethans?
The database does not have any mention of them.
It seems our database doesn't have any more information on the Calethans, Commander.
Commander, I'm detecting a tunnel over here, under the ruins.
Yes, ma'am.
Do I see an entrance to the tunnel on my scans, or just that there is one passing under the ruins?
Right now your tricorder is seeing the tunnels, but you're not exactly sure how to get into them. That would probably be a roll.
Alright, I will make that roll.
All right, this is probably going to be in a reason or insight con difficulty of 2.
Okay. Um, reason con. I'd like to buy a die off momentum. Commander, I can't seem to find an entrance to these tunnels, just that they're below us.
Yes, backup plans. Very good. Same roll, Commander, but this time I'm going to make it a complication 2.
no.
What was the roll?
Reason or insight con, diff 2, comp 2.
My con sucks.
Can I assist by just continuing to scan? Or have I kind of used up?
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to assist because you failed before.
Okay.
I can try insight con. I have like 11.
Uh, yeah, Donkey, you have a 12 in it, actually. Rick says 11. Kane has a 12.
Yeah, I mean, I could assist. I have a con of 1, but I could try it. The roll is reason con.
Reason or insight con, yeah. Diff 2, comp 2.
Diff 2, comp 2. All right. It's just assist though, right?
Yeah, just one dice.
Dunzo.
All right. After some painstaking time trying to locate the entrance to the tunnels, you do eventually find them. Does the complication stand?
I don't think anything countered it. In first ed, you could buy it off with momentum. I don't know if that's still the case. Complication, we accidentally make our own entrance.
All right. Sorry, I have a coughing fit. Commander Kier, as you're walking, trying to find the location to the entrance, you think you find where it might be, and as you step closer to it, the ground below you starts to give way as suddenly you fall 2 stories down into the tunnels. And with a loud crash, you just start hearing the floor by Kier falling all around her.
It's just the commander.
Yes.
Oh, the doctor will rush over to where she fell through, but kind of like stop short of the hole just in case it collapses well. And try and like peek over the edge down to where she is.
Try to think what about 2 stories is in meters. What is that, about 6 meters?
Yeah, roundabouts.
All right. Kier, can you give me a fitness? I'm thinking security here. I'm going to make it a diff 1, comp 2. do enjoy threat. Yeah. Hey, gain a momentum out of it. Doctor, you rush over the hole, stopping just short of it, and you see that the commander has fallen roughly 6 meters into the hole. Or I should say into the tunnel.
Commander, are you conscious?
I'm going to requisition some climbing gear and flashlights from the ship. Hold on. And Rix contacts the ship to get some gear beamed down.
Go ahead and call up to the ship.
Lieutenant Rix to Artemis. Please beam down some climbing gear and flashlights. We're proceeding into tunnels beneath the ruins to investigate further.
Stand by, away team. Away team, this is Artemis. We're having trouble breaking through some interference around your location. Whatever's going on down there, the interference seems to have gotten stronger. We're going to try cutting through it.
Understood. Proceed.
So I just spent threat to make a complication that they can't beam anything down for a time. Artemis to away team, we're still having trouble breaking through.
Understood, Artemis. We'll do what we can from our side. Keep this channel open in case anything else happens.
Understood.
GM, I should have a flashlight built into my phaser rifle, correct?
Yeah.
Artemis, are you able to lock on to the commander's signal from there?
Not at this time. Still having trouble breaking the interference.
Can my tricorder reach down to where she is, like, with the scan? I just want to check and make sure she's actually alright. Okay. She appears to be fine. Anyone see any vines in the area we could use?
Commander King, can you see if you can find the nearest entrance to the caves that are more on our level? Even if there's a wall between us and it.
Certainly, Lieutenant. I'll see what I can do. And yeah, Kane would like to, I guess, conduct a mini geological scan to see if there's other entrances.
Commander, can you see an exit from where you are? No light at the end of the tunnel?
Is there a what? Give me insight security diff 1, unless you want to spend 2 momentum.
Maybe we can just throw a stick down to you.
Yeah,
If
that's true too.
if all you want is a stick.
I'll grab a
Yeah.
stick from the area. I'll grab a nearby stick off the ground and light it with my phaser and drop it down.
Yeah, you.
I don't know if you want to light it up before dropping it down to her, but okay.
That's fair.
And yeah, Kira, nearby you, you hear the stick hit the ground. You know, with the sticky sound of the doing 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 doing. Probably not. You'd probably have a good number of rocks from the cave in. Yeah, go ahead and give me. What would this be? Thinking maybe a daring engineering, diff 1. Gain momentum. And yeah, you're able to tear off a piece of your sleeve, fix it to the end of the stick, in what you think might be a working torch. Give me a insight con diff 1. Gain another one.
I'm gonna look for some heavy vines in the area. I might be able to fashion a rope out of or something.
All right, Doctor, go ahead and give me a reason or insight science. I have all this lovely threat. Give me a diff 2.
Okay. I don't suppose xenobiology would account for here.
Nah.
Okay. I'd like to buy a die with threat or momentum. Sorry, not threat.
Who has a pastime in rock climbing?
Not me.
I mean, to be fair, Rix has probably climbed his fair share of
no.
stuff, but not especially.
Is everybody going to end up in this hole at the end of the? Oh man.
Roll stand.
I don't have anything to re-roll it with.
Alrighty.
Do you have a determination still?
I mean, just let the complications stand. Complications are fun.
Sure, I'll let it stand.
But yes, Doctor, you are able to find what you think to be a thick enough vine to act as a makeshift rope.
When he comes back, can I judge the strength of this rope? Supposed rope?
You believe that the vines are fairly strong.
Inside check on the GM.
Ah! I mean, there's a complication. I gotta use it, so.
I want to scan this vine really quick, though, before I go too much further with it. I just want to make sure I'm not, grabbing or making a rope out of effectively poison sumac or poison ivy or something.
Oh no, it's a just a standard vine.
Okay.
Still like to see if Kane is able to find an alternate entrance that we can perhaps blast through. If there aren't any actual doorways, but something that's closer to our level.
I'll give Kane a reason or insight engineering diff 3. Because you said you wanted him to do this through geological shenanigans, right?
Yeah, fundamentally, he's going to be scanning using his tricorder, looking for entrances or, to Rix's point, like something that we could maybe use a phaser to drill through, essentially, to get there. So you said diff 3, any complication?
Nah.
Okay.
I'd like to assist if I can too.
I would love the assist.
Yeah, I'll give you the assist.
I feel like making a breaching point is something Rix has done in the past.
Nice. GM, I'm on the fence here. Would you accept testing a theory for this role?
Absolutely not.
Gotcha. Okay. Take a threat, and then for 4 dice, take another threat, and then a momentum. I'll let that one stand.
Right, then just need Rix's assist. Gain the momentum back. I will
If we get
spend some
bomb back, you said the difficulty was 3.
Yeah, you get 1. I will also spend some threat here. Rix and Kane, you do believe that you found a potential other entrance. However, you think the entrance is maybe half a kilometer? About 0.75 kilometers away.
What do you think, Rix? Do we hike it?
Well, I do want to find a safer entrance to this tunnel. However, I don't want to leave the commander back here on her own.
Mm-hmm.
I can stay behind and guard from this side.
Very well. Commander, with your permission, Commander Kane and I will go and find the actual entrance to the tunnels while the doctor stays behind here with you. That's all right with you. Well, I'm afraid that the interference might have a negative effect on our communication, so we might not be able to contact you if we all leave you. Well, if you feel up to it, then the 3 of us will go and find the entrance while you explore the ruins from your end. We'll try to link up as soon as possible. Commander Kane, please lead the way.
Of course.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna try and like rope up this vine and try and lower it down for the commander.
All right, so just so I know where everybody's going, Rix and Kane, you were going to go find the entrance, and Doctor, you're going to lower the vine.
Yes.
Correct on our side.
Yes.
Okay. Doctor, go ahead and give me a thinking a control or daring engineering. Let's make this a diff 1 comp 2.
All right.
Gain momentum.
Commander, I want to see if we can pull you out first. No point in having you wander around down there alone. Yes, and there's no point in you being down there alone. If we can get you out, at least we can go with the others. Do I have enough vine rope to like tie it off to one of the pillars or something?
Yeah, that's what I assumed you did.
Okay. Well, if she's not coming up, I guess I'll go down.
All right, Doctor. Give me a fitness with either your con or security. We'll call this a difficulty 1, complication 3.
Right. You said diff 1, com what?
Complication 3.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
All right, Doctor, you very carefully start scaling down the makeshift rope you made using the vine. And much to your, I would imagine, surprise with how cautious you are being, you make it to the bottom with no issues.
Huh. I'll fancy that. I didn't expect that. Survival training wasn't exactly my best subject in the academy. Counselor, do you want to join us?
I
Counselor?
think the counselor just went AFK.
Yeah, I know.
In the meantime, we could probably follow Rix and Commander Kane. Rix and Kane, can I get a fitness security roll from both of you, difficulty 1?
Absolutely. Fitness. Huh. Would you accept survival for focus?
I think I will.
Awesome. Well, take a momentum. I will de-increment it.
All right, Rick's got the momentum back.
Nice. This is going to be dicey. Ha. Hey.
You gain a momentum too. All right. Despite Rix's lightning quick pace trying to get to the entrance,
Rex.
I just imagine Rix would be walking fast.
Oh, for sure. Kane
Yeah.
is going to be huffing the entire way, red-faced.
But neither of you seem to have exhausted yourself.
Try to keep up, Commander.
Damn it, Rex. I'm here.
Could you point out the way, please?
He'll kind of half motion with his tricorder. This way.
Quick time. Did we find the place? Looking for?
All right. Kane, you're probably very much out of breath at this point, but you eventually reach your point of interest. And built into the side of maybe a rock face, there's what looks to be like a similar wall built into the rock face. You know, like a similar wall to the runes carved into the rock face.
Okay. He'll motion again with his tricorder. There you go, Rex. GM, is it like an open face or is it like closed off?
It is from what you could tell, a wall.
Just a straight wall. Okay.
May I have your tricorder, please?
He'll hand it over.
Rick's is gonna study the readings and make a judgment on what kind of explosives would be needed to break through that wall.
Give me insight or reason security diff 1. 2.
Would my focus of demolitions work here?
Yes.
I'll give you a threat for bold.
It's amazing focus, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Demolitions.
Oh, yeah. Free float.
Rick, your expertise would tell you that, you know, the walls may be a meter thick. So, like, you know, you could set demo charges if you're able to get some, or, you know, just turn your phaser rifle to the highest setting and just shoot the thing, and you could probably make a hole in there.
I'd like to make the trait structural weakness found.
Sure.
So it's going to be easier for me to break through it. And I'm gonna go with what you said last. I'm gonna take my phaser rifle, set it at the high setting. Commander, please stay clear. Cover yourself.
Lieutenant, would you mind if I actually joined in on this?
Very well. My go.
All right, I think I'm going to make this daring security. After your trait, it's going to be a difficulty 2, but I'm going to set the complication range at 3.
Okay, I am once again going to give you a threat for bold. I have phasers and demolitions as focus, which I believe would apply.
Yep.
Should be enough. Reroll the 17 just because I can.
Come on, complication. Go complication.
Almost at a 1, but okay.
No,
All right,
gee.
Kane, your turn.
About to say you might get your wish. I will roll 1 die to assist.
Boo.
Yay.
Gain 2. My question is, do I have a phaser?
I can make the sounds if you need me to.
What do I think that is going to be a ship phaser?
It is a damn.
Torpedo.
Yeah. Damn, Rix.
I got the good rifle today.
Nope, that's ship.
The custom modded rifle.
Maybe that one was it.
It's got a grenade launcher attached underneath.
You know, maybe that's a task for engineering one of these days.
He's got Shax's cannon.
Yeah.
All right, needless to say, you phaser the thing, and in a pretty decent sounding explosion, the walls crumble before you, revealing the entrance to the tunnel.
Just quick now that Duncan is back. Which team are you on? Are you on team phaser fire or team searching tunnels with the commander and doctor? Just so we know where you are.
Oh, were you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I stayed back to watch. I stayed back with the doctor.
Well, the doctor is repelled down into the tunnel with the commander.
True, so he's just centering on top so far.
All right, so Rix and Kane, you're probably going to be entering the tunnels, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, immediately.
Okay. We'll head back to the Commander and Doctor in the tunnels. I believe, Doctor, you just said something to Duncan, like right as he was leaving.
Ah, yes. I asked if he was coming with us.
Well, give me a moment to collect myself. I've never been much for heights. And, yeah, I
Have
guess
you
with a
seen a
deep breath.
counselor?
Yeah. He'll attempt the rappel as well.
All right. Let me see what if I remember what the rappel was.
You made me do fitness and security or con.
Yep, and it looks like I gave you a Diff 1 Comp 3.
That sounds right.
Yeah, so Duncan, this will be a fitness and either your con or security, Diff 1 Comp 3.
Will you take athletics for focus?
I will.
And since we have momentum, I'll spend one for the third dice. Oof.
Roll stand.
Yep.
All right, Duncan, you start making your way using the vine, and just as you get near the bottom, you start hearing it start to give away as the vine snaps, and you kind of are forced to fall / jump the remaining few feet.
I knew that was gonna happen. And he'll dust himself off.
Oh, at least you're unharmed.
And it is probably around this time, Commander, you hear the loud explosion booming from the direction that I told you the potential entrance was in.
Seems they've found a way in.
Rix is going to try and hail Commander Kier. Lieutenant Rix to Commander Kier, please come in if you're able. See if we can get a communication through. Well, I hope you heard that. We made entry. Suggest. Understood. We'll try and make our way towards you. Rix out.
I'm gonna scan around the inside of the tunnel.
Scanning for anything in particular?
Mosses, lichens, and thermal signatures.
Thought you said lichens. Werewolves, no?
Sounds the same, spelled differently.
Lichen is in the plant, I believe.
Yes.
But a werewolf is cooler, though.
Yes, well, that would also fall into the thermal signatures category, too.
We're in the wrong month for werewolves.
Are we, though?
No, I
Is
suppose
there a
we're
wrong
not.
month for werewolves?
No, I suppose we're not. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween and Christmas movie. At any rate, give me a reason or insight, diff 1 with science or medicine.
Can I assist?
Sure.
I'm using my xenobiology as a focus.
Gain 2 momentum. Most of the life that you're seeing down in the tunnels is probably more on the variety of like a cave mushroom. Growing around where there's probably some seepage from rainwater.
Mm-hmm. Anything on the thermal sensor?
No, life science, no.
I'm gonna scan the mushroom.
Go ahead and give me reason, insight, medicine, or science, diff 2.
Mm. No bueno.
You're not sure if like the mushroom would be edible or not. You'd have to properly collect the sample and bring it back for further analysis.
I will absolutely pluck one and stick it in a sample container for now.
Yep, I think you got I think you have the know-how with your trait to do just that.
Mm-hmm.
And as that's going on, eventually the phaser teams do meet up with you.
Found anything interesting?
Fungus among us.
Doctor, do you know if this fungus is edible?
No, I wouldn't try it yet.
All right. Well, we may be down here a while, so.
I'm keeping an eye out.
How do you want to proceed, Commander?
All right. I think with my hard stop here coming in about 10 minutes, I think I'm going to call that the end of Gemulon 5. We'll call that part 1.